All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood here, coming at you with another daily update on Bitcoin. Okay, guys, so Bitcoin continued to pump throughout the day, continuing to pump to new highs, even breaking our resistance box that we were looking at yesterday with the potential swing failure pattern into our daily level and into our golden pocket. And if you look here, what ended up happening overnight as I was sleeping personally is we did continue to grind up slowly. Let me zoom in on a 24-minute chart here. We continued to kind of grind up slowly in this ascending channel that we were looking at yesterday, hitting into our daily level. Let me turn off this box so you can see that. Hitting into our daily level, getting our rejection from the daily level, just a small rejection, overall coming back down and maintaining our trend, a pretty steep trend that we were seeing here, maintaining this trend and bouncing and continuing to push up. Let me do this real quick so I can get that trend on there. There we go. You can see a higher low, come down, higher low again, and continuing to maintain this trend, then breaking above the daily, breaking up to our pitchfork band, rejecting the top of the pitchfork band, back testing that daily as a support now, flipping that daily to a support, and then coming up, making a lower high into the pitchfork band again. So what I would like to say is this pitchfork was a bearish pitchfork pulled from the all-time highs up down to our first major correction lows up to the 886 touch. And you can see once we deviated that pitchfork, was able to bounce up, reject from the lower band, but we made a higher low into not only the golden pocket, but into the bullish backtest of the pitchfork after reclaiming it. We busted up through the midline, back tested that midline, flipped that midline to support, and after back testing that midline and flipping that midline to support, if that midline is going to hold, we expect to work our way up to the upper band, and we have done that today. Worked our way up into the upper band. We are consolidating right now in this upper band area. Bitcoin has not lost any real strength, but we are starting to see a little bit of some warning signs here on Bitcoin. Another area I would like to say that we did reject from is the value area high of our 6.5 week range. If we pull this range all the way, you can see it is also the top of the upper band is also the value area high of this big range that we've been in for since what was this May 8th. So a couple months now, or coming on a month and a half or so, rejecting value area high and seeing a couple rejections from that value area high, but we still are not losing bullish structure. All day long, we were building more bullish absorption on the charts. And yesterday in my video, I described how we were building bullish CVD absorption on the aggregated open interest charts. If we look at this, we still are seeing building of bullish absorption from our backtest of that pitchfork midline, which is these lows here. From the backtest of the pitchfork midline, we have been continually rising in this ascending channel type structure. As we've been rising, our open interest is going lower and lower and lower, and our CVD is going lower and lower and lower, and our open interest has been pretty steadily rising to the upside. So right now, as we speak, we are still building that bullish absorption on the charts. Maybe Bitcoin is going to continue up to higher prices. We could see a small pullback from here, maybe back test the golden pocket of this little range. We'll look at that in just a second here. And if this bullish absorption starts to fully play out, I mean, we could see us come toward take the all-time highs relatively soon here, or at least come up to that lower high 886 from Monday, June 16th, at about 110.6, about 110.6 here. So let's go ahead and take that golden pocket. We can pull a golden pocket from the lows of this little channel. Let me turn my magnet back on to our highs from today. Let's look at that golden pocket. Okay, so this is going to be actually a very, very important local support level on the charts. And why is this going to be a local support level? Because this is our anchored VWAP from the all-time high. Let me turn off the pitchfork now so you guys can get a clear view of this. Let me turn off this daily. Actually, I can go ahead and delete that daily. We rejected it, small rejection, and then flipped it to support, so it's been tapped. But what we have been seeing since our all-time high, we've been in a corrective downtrend this entire 5 weeks or so since May 22nd. So about a month. For about a month now, we've been in a downtrend. And we are starting to break some market structure bullishly. We broke the highs, but right around those same highs, we had the anchored VWAP. And that anchored VWAP is like the average volume weighted price of the corrective move down. So with us breaking above that VWAP, that's actually a very key sign of strength on Bitcoin, breaking above that anchored VWAP, showing that maybe we're going to be breaking this trend that we've been in and seeing a bigger push to the upside. So now that we've broken above this anchored VWAP, it is going to act as a support level. If we do come back down to it after rejecting from the value area high in our pitchfork band, if we come down to our local golden pocket in confluence with that anchored VWAP right around 106K, which is also, by the way, near our macro value area high, and we do bounce from that area, it would still maintain our bullish absorption on the charts. And it could be the local support level that holds before coming up and breaking not only up to 109K, but possibly up to 110.6, 110.7, and taking the liquidity above those highs. So Bitcoin's looking pretty good. We are starting to develop some bearish divs on the chart, but money flow, if you look at money flow here on Market Cipher B on the hourly chart, Market Cipher B money flow looks really good, and we actually did invalidate the bear divs that we were seeing yesterday on the 1 hour. We do not have any real bear divs on the 1 hour on Market Cipher B. Now on NAMI, we do have some bear divs here. You can see right here, higher high here, lower high here, but we keep printing these hidden bull signals. And guys, I've talked to you about NAMI. NAMI's hidden bull indicators are really, really powerful signals, and we have printed 3 of them in this continuation of a move to the upside. And anytime we print these, I expect, and I'm seeing bullish absorption on the charts, I expect this to continue pushing higher and higher. So, yes, we could see a bit of a drop here, rejecting from the pitchfork band and from the value area high, but our first local support level is going to be that 106 to 105.9K area of support. And then if we lose that, we will see a bigger drop probably. Now we can pull our Fibonacci from our first, if we're looking at this as a potential wave 3, from the wave 3 lows to the wave 3 highs, this golden pocket coming in, even though it would invalidate the impulse hitting this golden pocket, it still is more of a macro support level, being the value area low of our 6.5 week range in confluence with that golden pocket. That is going to be around 103K to 102.6K. So this is an area of support that I would be interested in looking at, potentially longing a higher low. But first and foremost, we have to break our local support level, which is going to be about 106 to 105.9. If we zoom in on to some lower time frames, let's go ahead and zoom in onto the 15-minute chart. You can see that bearish divergence on the 15-minute chart kind of got invalidated today as well with this higher momentum wave on the charts here. So now, since that high, we do have a trigger wave of a lower high momentum wave, but it's also with a lower high in the price action. So no bear dips really forming on the chart. And just very, very recently, we printed the hidden bull signal on the 15-minute on NAMI. I am expecting at most with what we're seeing on the charts, a move down to 106K, where then we could flip 106K into support and continue pushing higher. Let's look at the 6-minute chart. 6-minute is starting to see, I guess, no, not even really bull divs on the bear divs on the 6-minute. So everything looks pretty good here on Bitcoin. We are at a more macro resistance, being the value area high in our pitchfork band, and we could see a bit of a range in here, maybe a slow grindy range for a day or so, grinding down to that golden pocket at 106K before making another push up. And this could be our potential wave 4. Remember, we're still looking at this like an impulse, a wave 1, a wave 2. All of this could be a wave 3. And then we could be grinding down in a wave 4 to 106K and then see one more push up, possibly even up to 111K in a wave 5. So let's now zoom out to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, money flow has crossed over into the green on Market Cipher B. You can see it's nice and green on NAMI here, and no bear divs on the chart. No real bear divs on the chart yet. So all indications for me are that Bitcoin might see a small pullback, but overall, I'm expecting higher prices to come for Bitcoin. And the thing is, if we can break out of this macro value area high, there is a small chance that we could come up to this 786, grab liquidity, reject from that 786, and fall back within the volume profile. And to me, that would be a bearish sign and a sign to look for shorts. But if we do come up to 109K, break into 109K, see a small rejection, and flip that value area high to support, then it's likely that we do come up and break the highs about 110.6. There is one other level, though, before that 110.6 liquidity grab. And let me go ahead and turn on some levels on the chart. If I turn on our naked weekly points of control and I turn on the naked daily points of control, you can see up in this area here around 109,600 to 109,678, we do have the naked, a fresh naked weekly point of control and a fresh naked daily point of control pretty much right on top of each other. And then let me turn on that pitchfork again, because you can see we are kind of fighting with the upper band of the pitchfork right now. But if we do see a small rejection down to 106K and then push up, that 109.6 is going to be in pretty close confluence with the top of our bearish pitchfork, and it is a naked weekly and a naked daily point of control. So that is an area where I also will be watching for rejection. If we are seeing bearish divs coming up into this area, then I would be interested in potentially looking for a short. 786 and the liquidity grab is first. So I know that once again, there's a lot of levels, a lot of local levels on the chart that I'm watching, guys. But the liquidity grab into our 786 at 109K, if we do not do that, the next level I'd be looking at, I wouldn't be looking to trade anything in between then. The next level I'd be looking at a potential short opportunity or a take profit if you're long, is that 109.6 area, 109.650-ish area really. And then if we break that, honestly, we're probably coming up to take out the highs at 110.6. Let's see, no weeklies, no monthlies. Yeah. Other than that, there's nothing else until a daily level really up at 111.7. So we absolutely could see a bigger push up if we break 109 to 109.6. And that's what I'd be interested in looking at. Right now, once again, right now, we are seeing a small rejection from the value area high of the range in confluence with that pitchfork band. But I do expect it to be maybe just a small rejection overall, making a higher low on the charts before continuing to push up to higher prices because of the lack of bearish confirmation that we are seeing on the charts. Okay, I also showed you guys we are still developing that bullish CVD absorption. One thing about that bullish CVD absorption is if this open interest continues to decrease here, it could be in danger of invalidating. So, we've seen a couple drops in the open interest here, but overall our open interest has had a steady increase. Now, if this open interest continues to decrease like for quite a while, it could be in danger of invalidating the bullish absorption, but right now it is not invalidated and the bullish absorption is still in play, potentially breaking us out to new all-time highs. Very exciting signal that we're seeing here. With the lack of bear divs on the chart on Market Cipher B and NAMI and the bullish absorption on the chart, all indications are Bitcoin's going to continue higher. Liquidations, let's go to our Model 3 heat map. Let's look at the past. Let's first go to Bybit and then let's look. Okay. Dang it, it logged us out. Let's just look at our Model 2 then, and let's go to our month, last month. Yeah, honestly, guys, there is not much liquidity. We've kind of swept all the liquidity around us, and to the upside, if you guys do remember, let's zoom out to the 3-month chart. To the upside, the majority of the liquidity is above the all-time highs, coming into that 112K area. And so 111.2, that is kind of where our daily's at, near that 886 that we tapped into on June 16th. But we also grabbed the liquidity to the downside, with that drop that we saw this last weekend. And all the liquidity around us has kind of been taken out, except, we do have the liquidity down at like 80K, 78K, 75K, but I do not think we are going to head down there yet. We are looking pretty bullish here on the charts. Let's go back to Binance real quick and let's check Binance out on the 3-month chart. Yeah, I mean, the closest liquidity is above us. It's up into that, pretty much taking out the all-time highs. Not quite, taking out the highs of 886 on June 16th. So we might continue up, pushing up to, take out 111.5, which is these highs up here. Actually, yeah, actually, it is the all-time high in some ways, taking out the liquidity above the all-time high. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. It looks pretty bullish today. If we do see a small pullback to 106, what I'll be looking for in order to add to my long position is to look for, as we're kind of grinding down on, you'd have to look on lower time frames, but as we're grinding down on lower time frames, you're going to want to see some bull divs coming in on the chart as we're heading into that golden pocket. So you'd want to see lower lows in the price action on low time frames, higher lows on the momentum waves, and then our money flow, because our money flow is diving into the red right now on the 6 minute. But as our money flow, or as we come down to that 106K area, you want to see that money flow bottoming out and starting to curve to the upside. These hidden bull div signals, once again, printing on NAMI on the 6 minute, we're printing on the 15 minute. I mean, all indications are that we are going to continue to form higher lows on the chart and continue pushing up to the next resistance areas. So yes, we could see a little bit of a drop to 106K, but I expect 106K might hold and we might continue pushing up. If we lose 106K, we're gonna come down to that. What was that? The next golden pocket area, potentially all the way down to 103K, which is the value area low of the range. Actually, you know what? There is going to be some support before then. We still have our bigger channel midline and our different pitchfork band that is going to be in this area. I talked about yesterday around 104.2. So that midline could still act as support at 104.2, but that is not as important of a support level as this 103K area of support down here. So that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. Just going to cover Bitcoin in this video. Hope this video helps. If you got anything out of the video, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We do have a couple partners of the channel. We have BYDFI. They are a VPN-free and KY-free exchange. All you need is an email and a password to sign up. They're offering 15% cash back on your initial deposit, up to $1,000 cash back. They're offering up to $8,100 in futures trading bonuses, depending on how much volume you move in your futures market. And they are offering a minimum of 17% discounts on trading fees when you sign up using my link, but you can get higher discounts on trading fees depending on how much you deposit. Next up is NAMI. NAMI is an indicator that I use. For instance, these hidden bull div signals that have been printing all day on NAMI have kind of given me signals that we're going to continue pushing up in this trend. NAMI is a very, very good momentum and money flow indicator. It is a link is in my description if you are interested in purchasing that. And we do have a 50% off discount code for a limited time. Divine50 is the discount code. Discount code is in the description as well. So feel free to look into that if you guys would like to look into that. And then lastly, we have MEXC. MEXC is offering 10% cash back on your initial deposit and up to $20,000 in futures trading bonuses, depending on how much volume you trade in your futures market. So thank you everyone for joining, and I will see you tomorrow.